Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Now before I go any further, I would love if you could like this video and subscribe. It would mean a lot. I am on a road to 1,000 followers, 1,000 subscribers, and hopefully you can help me get there. Thanks. Okay, so this video is all about my hot top 3 tips that you should be doing before you come to the bar. Before you even sniff at the bar, these are my 3 tips for you. So number 1, get your finances in order. The reason that this is so important is because after your pupillage year, after you get that guaranteed money every single month as a form of a pupillage award, finances become unpredictable. Depending on the practice area that you choose will depend on who your types of clients are and how quickly they pay. So for example, in my area of law, employment law, some people choose to be instructed by trade unions, and trade unions are known to pay for the barrister's fees at the conclusion of the whole case, at the conclusion of the whole matter. So say for example you do a preliminary hearing tomorrow, if that final hearing doesn't go on until 2026, 2027, which is actually quite common, you're not going to get paid until after that whole process is done, notwithstanding the fact that you've done the preliminary hearing in 2025. So that's just an example. You can imagine if you're having quite a sizable number of those types of cases, that actually you may find that you have a large number of cases that are not getting paid for 1, 2, 3 years, and you need to be prepared for that. You need to do things to supplement your income. In terms of getting your finances in order, the first thing you want to be doing is making sure that you have an emergency fund. An emergency fund is 3 to 6 months of your living expenses. So that includes your mortgage, your rent, your essential bills, food, eating out, for example, the minimum amount that you need to live on every single month. So you might calculate, for example, that is £2,000. So if you want an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months, you then need to do 2,000 times 3 or 2,000 times 6, which is 2 times 3 is 6,000 or 12,000. And you just have that in your bank in maybe a high interest savings account, so that you know, if God forbid anything happens, you become ill tomorrow, you have enough money to live on for at least 3 to 6 months. Other things that you might wish to do are things like having high interest rate savings accounts, ISAs, critical illness cover, investments. These are all the types of things you need to be doing if you are seriously looking at the bar. The next thing that you should do before you come to this profession is have a clear understanding of the type of barrister that you want to be. This means not only thinking about what practice area that you want to enter into, but also thinking about whether you want to do respondent or claimant work, whether you want to do defence or prosecution work. Also thinking about the type of lifestyle that you want to live. So for example, are you the type of lawyer that doesn't mind having sleepless nights in a run-up to a trial? Or are you the type of person that thinks, actually, I'd like to be able to work on 1 or 2 particular matters for an extended period of time, maybe a couple of months or a couple of years? That's the type of work that's going to suit my lifestyle. You really need to think about that, because that will determine what type of area you go into. Okay, my last tip is, when you're coming to the bar, have a really good understanding of your power skill. Every barrister has it, or every barrister should have it, and it's that one thing that really is your USP, something that only you do and only you can do it in the way that you do it. And I have a few. I'll give you an example. For me, I know that I'm a great people person. I have a lot of charisma and I get on really well. I'm really good at building rapport with my clients. That is something that I know I can trust, that I'm going to have a very good client conference. I can trust that I'm going to be able to understand my clients' needs, and I'm going to be able to communicate with them on a level, in a way which means that we're going to get the best out of the conference. Now that's something that, whether it's a Monday, a Tuesday afternoon, any day of the week, before court, a tense situation where I'm trying to get them to settle, or a situation where emotions are high and they've just been cross-examined and I need to get them to keep going on the case, I know that I can use my power skill, my interpersonal skills, my skills of persuasion to really get the best from that client. So that's just an example. But for you, it may be your written skills, for example. It may be something that you as a barrister, you just say, you know what, before my client even meets me, I want them to read my writing. I want them to have a flavour of what I'm good at, because I want to set the tone before going into this conference, or I want to set the tone before I start advocating for them on this case. When you have a power skill, when you know what your power skill is, you hold yourself differently, you enter into rooms differently, you understand the value that you bring. That inevitably means that the way that you show up in terms of your confidence, in terms of how you sell yourself to clients, all of these things are influenced by what you believe your power skill to be and how good you are at working it. So those are my top 3 tips. If you've got any video ideas, anything that you want to see me talk about or do within reason, then let me know. Post it down below, post a comment. But the most important thing is subscribe. I am on the road to 1,000 followers, so subscribe if you found this content useful. If you think that there's somebody in your network that could benefit, tell them to subscribe. Send it, share it, like it. Thank you. Now, before you do anything else, hit that subscribe button. Do it now. Do it now. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it now. I'll wait.